Hey all. So in this session, we are going to see how the custom components around Lens Studio works and what are all the custom components available for you to edit and how you can work on with the custom components, what and all you can do because we know since we developed some of the aspects. Here, I'm going to share you few examples which is inside Lens Studio. Also, I'm going to explain you guys some of the very specific components which is not in usage as of now to public. Sorry for the interruption. Hope my mic is perfect now. So officially starting again, I'm Gayathri Morgan, Snappy's ambassador. I worked on a lot of machine learning based AI projects. So this is one of the coolest feature where you can turn yourself as a cartoon, as a comic book character, as an anime character, as a zombie, or old age person, or into a very new engaged person, or you can make some funny lenses like rolling your eyes, making tongue twisters, having a creepy smile or hilarious smile. These kind of elements have been created using custom components. In this session, I'll be covering you the existing custom component which we have in our Lens Studio. I'll also show you guys some of the existing custom component which is not now available for all the developers. So finally, we will look into Gen AI, how not those kind of AI experiences, but you can create your own ML based facial expressions or you can create your own elements. I'll show some of the examples which I already created and I'll tell you guys how you can create the same. So let's officially jump into the session. I'll stop my screen and I'll start explain you guys how the custom component work and I'll show you some of the existing custom component which I have and how to integrate them in the project. So first I'm taking you guys to the official page of Lens Studio. You can see, so before 2023 we have these kind of custom components which is already available in SnapML, but due to some reasons people are not exploring much more and while everyone is just replicating the using the same assets, they got stopped these elements from the asset library. So you can see this is how the panel look like in asset browser. We used to install those custom components where it will be imported. So you can add your custom components as per the reference. So this here is the latest version document. This is a script component where you can script your own components and place them in your asset browser. So now I'll take you guys into the real-time project. I hope everybody knows how to download Lens Studio. If not, check the previous video so you will know how to download Lens Studio, how to install it and how to connect the Lens Studio. Here we have our first project. Now let me do my favorite part. To add any kind of custom component, first what you need is it's an orthographic camera. You can ask me why, ma'am, why I need an orthographic camera? Because orthographic camera is an element which will lay out on the screen. We are going to do overlay. We are going to improvise your camera texture. So for that, we need orthographic camera. So let me show you guys how to do. So first, click the plus icon at the object panel. There, you can search for orthographic camera under the camera element or simply type orthographic camera. Once the orthographic camera is created, you can see it has the same render. It has the camera type difference, but all the elements are same. The layer is different. Why I'm showing you guys this one is, you may have two elements in your screen. If you want only one element to get affected with the ML machine learning you're adding, make sure you're creating a new render target. Also, if you want to add a 3D object after adding your ML, so as I said, I need screen transform. We don't need any screen image or region or text. We need screen transform. So once I put screen transform, orthographic camera came, full frame region is here. Now go to your asset browser. In that asset browser, I hope you can visualize the scene. In that, make sure you are putting your orthographic on the top, because the layering matters, which come first, which come next. While you are rendering, you can see the value 0 1. That means first the orthographic camera will render, secondly the camera object will render. Now I'll show you why that differences matter. I'll first rearrange this. So I have my favorite, one of the favorite element here. Let me click the add component. I already imported some of the machine learning components here. So project components, you can see these project components are the one which I brought in. Let me have a baby face. So this component at present is not available for all the users or developers. It is given for white collar projects, so don't search for it. You can see the machine learning change the face of a girl into baby girl. Now what I want is, I want to add some glasses to the face. So let me click the plus icon. There, let me check for a face image. You can see there is image applied in the face, but in the preview it is not visible. Why? The reason is, the reason behind, the machine learning covers the whole place. So in that aspect, it won't see the behind the image which is on your face applied. I already downloaded the summer asset pack. Everything I downloaded from asset library. Only machine learning component is not there in the asset library. In 2D, you can download as much as the 2D images or packs you want. We have a lot more stuff. Let me close this for now. So in that image summer pack, I have a face image option, which means a glass. To resize the glass, double tap the face image. You can see we have face reference here. So let's enlarge the glass. You can see how perfect it fits the face, but which is not available here. Now let's go to the scene where you can change the render. So now you can see that our machine learning also came. Over that, our 3D model also has been placed. So here now I can create another face image. And there I can have a banner image, or the sun is here, double tap the sun, which I can literally place on top. I can reduce its size. I can place it at the cheek. Then I can change it as a multiply. So it will be like it attaches to my skin. But I don't want it to be over my glass. So I'll just drag and drop the layer. So now it is behind and it will look like it is behind my glass. To check whether the layering is work perfectly or not, you can drag it up and see. It is half inside my glass and half outside my element. So these kind of the detailing which is needed for you to create a wonderful AR experiences. So not only in this baby, I have lot of custom components which you can explore. For example, let me disable the baby element. Here instead of baby, I can add the custom component. These are the installed component. Let me add project component. The anime style. Okay, this has some issues. So the input texture should be your camera. So once you give your camera texture, you can see how it changes from each face. So you can see some has only script, some has the render order, some has auto run option and auto build, which you can utilize. So let me again add component, project components. We already added the anime full screen baby. Now let's add cartoon to restyle. You can see how it looks on the face. Don't ask me, ma'am, can I add more than one cartoon cell or one machine learning component? It's absolutely no. You can add only one. So next, another component, which is a comic style. You can see the difference, how the cartoon looks like and a comic look like. So you can choose according to your wish which component you want for your printer output. And then I have a cute cartoon style, which has a bigger eyes, cuter nose and small element. And then finally, we have morphings. You can see that morphings is a detailed subject. I'll teach you in a while. So we have a lemming, which is again a bit younger face but not completely baby element. The model has the high face effect. So these are some of the example which I want to show you guys, and I took it from our library. But if you ask me, ma'am, is everything in the asset library gone? Absolutely not. Here we have some of the asset library element, custom components where machine learning can play magic. So we have Snapple ML components where you can swap your face, do style transfer, you can do class classifications, you can detect pets, fruits, remove beard addition. For example, let's write the beard addition. You can see how many of the detectable elements we have here. So our beard addition is loaded. So it is added. The beard addition. So we just place it in scene. Here is a beard added model is here. The orthographic panel is here. Output layer is here. Everything is perfect. So now I can take the render. Actually, what happened here is already we had one orthographic camera for whatever the things we created. So here another orthographic camera have been created. So what happened is now the camera is gone up. The orthographic camera gone down. Let's check the output image. The extended screen transform. We don't need that. Hero auto build. Wait, it is getting loaded. Meanwhile, let's check for the component. Once it is loaded, will again be imported. And here is another snap minimal component where we have style transfer. You can swap the faces. Let's import this both. Also, we'll import some of the custom components which are while using ML system gets done. Oh my god. We have leaderboard, we have position constraint, we have music, and we have countdowns and morphings where you can control your face structure. We have light balancing, we have face occlusion, and we have garment transfer. We'll do this garment transfer using the Gen AI in shortly, okay? So here comes a style transfer. I told you now, the loading time matters when we are using the key elements. So here you can see the output image. Ma'am, what happened? What is happening is here we have a ML model component which is trained. Even you can also train this using a Google Colab notebook. Using this, you can also create a stunning machine learning AI experience, which is a style transfer. Let me show you the style transfer. Snap ML component. Here is a style transfer. So this is the example which we are looking. You can create your own style transfer. Here is a sample notebook for you, which is already given with the data set. You can train your own model and you can get it downloaded as in a format of .onx. And once the style transfer which we imported was in place, at the orthographic camera, instead of the model, just import your own model which you created. So in this way, you can put your own style transfer. That means you can turn yourself into anyone. So here is the output image which plays along. Here in the style transfer controller, you can run it by adapt to the device, run on tap. It is normal. If I tap, it will run. So run always usually runs every time or adapt to the device performance. So now what I want is I want this machine learning, but I also want my work. That is what we did it here, right? So let's put the orthographic camera on top. So here we have our classes, here we have our tattoo, also here we have a machine learning. So you may ask me, ma'am, you say something that we can create using Gen AI, right? Yes, which I already developed. Let's go to Lens Studio. Let me get my access. So it is done. So let me go to the Lens Studio AI. Let me scroll down. Where I have lot of ML based elements. Here the first one I'm going to show you guys is style transfer. You can choose either cartoonistic style transfer or you can choose any kind of realistic style transfer. You can give it as a text or an image. Turn me into a cartoon in shadow. And chapter movie. So let's go to the Disney movie. Disney is one of my favorite. Snow White and Disney Encanto. No. Actually, I don't know how it will come out. So let's generate it first and see. Okay, the result violates the community guidelines just because of the word Disney. Okay, what we do is mm, Disney Encanto mode. Let's go for images. Fine. So here we have a wonderful image. Okay, I can type it, save image. is saved. So now let's try to upload this image since the at the wording it says we are breaking the community guidelines. So I uploaded the image. Let's try to generate. So the start transfer is happening. So just because when I mention the production name, which is Disney, and the movie name specifically Encanto, these things violates the regulations of ML1. Yes, ML can't directly give you the same name of the product which you like. Even if you give some products to get the 3D model or 2D images, it will do some tweaks because it can't produce what you ask as a exact lookalike. It is a non-approved activity in machine learning. So we ask for a look like this, something like this. So let's see what our Lens Studio is cooking for us. So it says it will take another 10 to 15 minutes. So meanwhile, let's create another one using the text. Yes, you heard me right. You can create a n number of experiences in real time. So here is a surprise me. You can see near the prompt I have surprise me option. So 80s aesthetic watercolors summer wildflower clipper with a variety of colored flowers are neutral with green stems. Actually, even I don't know how it will look like. So let's do one for realistic. And let me put it as a surprise. Pale green hair, style with loose waves, dark green coat, decorated with intricate flower patterns, and brass accessories, top hat decorated with detailed gears, lens, and mechanical parts and steampunk. Okay, and let's do another one. Waist up, elaborated huge wing adorned with rose and pearl accent. Lifelike realistic hair detailed element. Okay, so here I give two cartoonish element and two realistic machine learning element. Okay, so first thing, our first Enchanto element is ready. I'm telling you again, getting a model and creating a model is different story. Your model can generate its preview within 10 to 15 minutes, but to create the model it will take at least, at the very least, half an hour to 3 hours. It's up to your internet speed and your system processing speed. So don't think like, okay, it was created, so that's it, you can create it on one go. It take your patience. This is the original image and here you can see how it turned. If you're asking, ma'am, will it be same if I try? Yes, if you're giving a proper prompt you can see how it changes yourself. Can you see? So I think this one looks close to Enchanto. So let's check our next style which we created. Okay, those are in processing. Meanwhile, I'll help you to create this model. You can see the model has been queued. Model creation will take at least 3 to 4 hours. The model training is started. I'm sorry. So meanwhile, the other elements also getting geared up. So let's check it out. Okay, so I just changed my audio. Meanwhile, you can see that we have many variants. First, I gave this using the picture. Okay, I gave the Enchanto movie poster picture as a reference. Here it has been delivered. Secondly, with the cartoonish element, we have given a surprise me text prompt. So those prompts with 80s aesthetic watercolor summer wildflower clip art with variety of color flowers noted with green stems. This is one of the prompt which is generated. Thirdly, I have generated a prompt with a realistic element. The prompt says pale green hair, here it is, styled in soft loose waves, dark green coat, decorated with integrated flower patterns, brass accessories, and a hat is decorated with detailed gears and lens and mechanical parts. So you can see at the background they have been decorated. So this is the normal image of the person. This is how it is decorated. You can see how it is for male. If you ask me, ma'am, will it look like the same in a real phone? Yes, it is. So, thirdly, we have created elaborated white huge wig with the flowers and pearl accent. You can see the lookalike of pearl. This is the real image and pearl and pink embroidered high neck attire. And you will also notice I have shown you a lot of examples. Every example you can notice that those are getting adapted to the gender. It is not like okay, it is roses on the hat and the wig is there, put the same for all the male and female. It is not like that. For a female it is giving the accent vibe of female look. For a male it is giving a male look alike. You can see how it looks like. So finally, here it has a green stem. I change it here as a violet stem. You can see that the layer of violet is getting highlighted here. So this is how you can create the style transfer ML models to look funny. Ma'am, you showed us something like custom component to change the face. Why it is now the style transfer? The second element which we see is ML based face transfer. Can you see a face generator here? So let me take it a text. Let's put a surprise. So this element gives you a skin tone and skin texture. We don't want that. We want to animate the face. Let me go to the animate face. Head generator, face components, style transfer, body generator, face mask. I'll put another surprise me text because we don't. Yeah. So in the face generator, I want us shocked with wide eyes and open mouth. Let me generate. And while doing it for face, you can see that we have some settings like effect intensity and user identity, user skin tone, user skin texture. If you want the user identity, you can put it as max. Even if you want the user skin texture, like I'll tell you how it looks like. The effect will closer to the realistic face. So the skin tone will be same, and if you want the texture, you can put in the advanced feature. You can see your eyes. You want your eyes to be mentioned? Yes. If you want the initial user eyes to be mentioned, yes. You want the initial mouth? Yes. If you want the same nose or eyebrows or ears or face contour or hair, it will be same. If you want, you can take it as per your wish, like in a permanent of low, mid, max, low, max, face contour, you can add as low. And what the fun element here is, you can just edit those elements of this generating experience. User identity max, update skin texture, payload max. You can update the face generated texture. So it will change its volume. So it is 14% now. It will take you guys to 50% to 100% where it will show that you can visit elements. So let's get generator. Meanwhile, we'll also go and look into how the garment transfer works. So let me close this for a while. It is not like if I close this, it won't work. So let me close it for a while and I'll take you guys to a garment. So at the garment, you have a wonderful variations of experiences, which is you have hoodie, you have sweatshirt, you have t-shirt, you have dress suit, you have bomber. As of now, we don't have a styles for women. So the gender male is available. So hoodie, I like this surprise me prompt actually. So let's generate the garment, and it has no credit limits. It has no any limits or coins or any kind of credits that is limitation, that is giving limitation for you. It has no limits, so you can generate as much as you want as long as you feel okay. You can generate. So let me click surprise again. So western. Actually, the dragon is already generated. It is loading. You can see. That is why I'm generating new. Wow, it looks like a Duke movie dress. Yes, I like this. Let's import it. So my two garment transport, it it is getting loaded. Let them load so that I can show you guys how it look like. So for the dress suit, we have, let's go for space. Actually, I'm also not okay. I think the dress suit of space looks cool. So let's have graffiti. Wow. Wave art. So these are surprise me. Okay, we have sunset. So let's have sunset. So both garment transfer has been applied. Again, you can see it is in the orthographic camera. We are overlaying the machine learning elements into our camera, so it will be applying. So let me take to you preview. Okay, so I think everything is overlaying. First of all, let me take a person who is standing straight, so it will be more convenient for me. And, okay, so the ML component is literally delaying. Machine learning 2. I want someone to go bit. Yes, this is perfect. So now we can check all the three components dresses which we created. So first, let me check the first element. A duke is the second element which we designed. But you can see how detailed it has came. So if we reset it, so duke came first. And let's put the second one. Why both has only duke? The garment image. Right. Garment image 1. Okay, so garment image 2. Okay, so but we created some other garment image, something we want to wrong. We'll check that. So let me disable this and I'll get our suit now. You can see how perfectly it fits with both sweaters, sweatshirts as well as with the suits. Again, I already had some face image which is attached to the face. And here again our orthographic camera is at the bottom. Let me put it on top. Here it is. But instead of this face binding, you can choose some other bindings so that it will look much more easy and convincing. I can choose white. Yeah, this one looks better instead of the black. So this is how you will be playing around with your Gen AI element in Lens Studio project, as well as where you can create your own aspects, own machine learning using Google Colab. Also, you can get some custom components like a bald, like custom components inside the asset library. So here you can see the look. You can see that shocked with wide eyes and mouth open. So this is the actual image of that person, and you can see how it turned. So this is an actual image of a person, and this is how it turned to be. So this is how it will be when you are importing it in your project. The normal image, and which is implemented with our own face generator. If you want, you can click create model, but creating a model will take approximately 3 to 4 hours. It is for sure. First, it was 8 hours, but now it was reduced to 3 to 4 hours. Soon it will be much more reduced, hopefully. So this is how you can generate the models for FaceML to create a funniest look or creepiest look or scariest look, because Diwali is around, you can create a festive look, and Halloween is around, so you can create a creepy look, and Christmas is around, you can create a elf look. So you have lot of elements to create in Lens Studio. So now I'm happy to answer your queries and questions regarding the components which we saw. So ask me any doubts you have, so I'll answer you guys here. 7 doubts you can ask me. Because the next session it will take a bit long, where we'll be creating our own style transfer from the scratch. So this week I just take you guys into how machine learning gets into Lens Studio, what are all the custom components which is available inside Lens Studio, and what are the elements available which you can do with GenAI suite, where we created a face lens style transfer, and we also created a suit for us a dress mockup. So like this we will once is my video live? Yes. By next week, we will create a style transfer from the very scratch. We will take an image, we will take a reference image, we will go to the Google Colab. There, we will upload our images, we'll train it and download it as .onx format. We will bring it inside Lens Studio and we will create a entire AR experience which will revolve around our festive season. So stay tuned with us for every week's new session. At today's session, the elements of GenAI suite and custom components, I'll share you a link which you can take further in your future, which you can use it as a reference models. Thank you.